This is the Wizard News.
Candy apple, red, red lips. Candy apple, kisses too. And I had the lips of a fool.
The U.S. has banned the use of a synthetic food dye that gives some candies, cakes, and certain oral medications a cherry red color, following evidence that the dye causes cancer in laboratory rats. The ban by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, on the Red No.3 dye in food items comes more than 3 decades after it was banned in cosmetics. Consumer advocacy groups have been pushing for its ban for several years, including a petition in 2022 to review studies that show high exposure to the additive may cause cancer in male rats. The FDA said studies in other animals and in humans did not show these effects, and that available evidence does not support claims that the dyes used in food and oral drugs puts people at risk. Manufacturers who use Red No.3 in food have until January 15, 2027 to reformulate their products, and ingested drug makers have until January 18, 2028 to comply with the ban. Lawmakers had grilled FDA Commissioner Robert Califf in a Senate committee hearing over the use of food dyes. Food safety is the number one priority for U.S. confectionery companies, and we will continue to follow and comply with FDA's guidance and safety standards, Trade Group National Confectioners Association said. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Donald Trump's choice to lead the country's top health agency, has frequently talked about reducing chemicals in food. Source: Reuters, January 15th, 2025.
Candy apple red has made me blue, believing all the things you said. I believed in you. Candy apple, red lips, hypnotized me, broke through new color combo, candy apple red, and the blue heart of a fool.
Louis Lichtman had a bakery at 86th and Amsterdam. You'd smell the rising bread at least a couple blocks away. For 40 years, a wedding cake of one kind or another would occupy the Lichtman's bakery window every day. Then the world turned from pastry and from challah and from cookies, from the independent merchant to the supermarket mall. And the rents were rising faster than the loaves that they were earned on. So the going out of business sign appeared on Lichtman's wall.
Chicago Public Schools, CPS, is required to minimize the use of outside foods. To ensure that food safety guidelines and student allergy management is maintained, no home-baked or home-cooked items may be served or sold to students as part of any school function. All foods provided as a function of school activities must be commercially purchased and include a nutrition facts label in which allergens can be clearly identified or be provided through Nutritional Support Services, NSS.
Last of all the lots was sold, frosting tubes and freezer. Mr. Lichtman clutched his rolling pin and went to stand outside. He didn't want to watch the auctioneer conclude his business. He didn't want his friends to see him cry. A note left hanging on the wall. It said that Mrs. Rosenthal still owed him $7. That was a long, long time ago. And the ceiling fan, once spinning round for one last time, was slowing down as 40 years came turning to a close. The lights are out at Lichtman's now. The building's cold and empty. Mr. Lichtman moved to Jersey. The neighborhood has changed around, and the Upper West Side doesn't smell as sweetly as it used to back when Lichtman's bakery graced our little town.